It goes on the record, and it was sanctioned. What? So Jake Paul get the W on his record?
Bruh.
For what? For your own personal satisfaction?
Bruh.
For the fight, who'd you think was gonna win?
Tyson, because I didn't think it was going to be fixed.
You thought it was fixed?
Absolutely, it was fixed.
Fixing the fights. It's not fair. It's an embarrassment on boxing. He shouldn't be doing this. It's so embarrassing. He's fighting old men.
According to reports, Anthony Joshua has fired back at Jake Paul and accused him of being involved in rigged fights. Jake Paul's boxing career has always attracted attention, but many people now question how real some of his wins actually were. One fight that raised serious doubts was against Chavez Jr. Fans noticed that Chavez barely fought back and looked more interested in getting paid than trying to win. Because of this, many believe the fight was set up to protect Jake Paul's record.
He started fighting. Why is he not fighting a real boxer? Everyone he's been fighting is too old. The only time he fought a real boxer, in Tommy Fury, he got beat. He's useless, he's crap, and all this. Now, I can see why a lot of people are saying that, but I just want to ask you this, if you are one of them people saying that. Why doesn't Jake fight a real boxer? Now, Jake has fought 4 real boxers, if you like, not including the MMA fighters, in his career. And with them 4 fights, he won 3 and he lost 1. So that right there tells us that he's terrible, right? Well, I want you to think about it this way. This guy, if it's his 4th professional boxing fight, he's just went in the ring with
Oscar de la Hoya added fuel to the fire by claiming that Jake Paul's fight with Mike Tyson was also fixed. He said Paul allegedly paid Tyson to make sure the fight went his way. Many viewers noticed that Tyson did not fight with his usual aggression and appeared to hold back. De La Hoya suggested this was part of a pattern and not just a one-time situation. His comments made even more people question how real Jake Paul's previous fights actually were.
Stage this fight was. I do believe it was scripted. What? And I believe that Tyson was certainly held back. What? Look, I'm a fighter and I can see it. It goes on the record, and it was sanctioned. What? So Jake Paul paid to get the W on his record?
Bruh.
For what? For your own personal satisfaction?
Bruh.
I keep telling you, if you want to be a real fighter, like you...
Deontay Wilder also shared doubts about the upcoming Jake Paul versus Anthony Joshua fight. He pointed to the huge size difference and suggested the fight could be scripted. However, Anthony Joshua quickly shut down those rumors. He clearly stated that there is no agreement in his contract that forces him to hold back or protect Jake Paul in any way.
Me, in my opinion, I think it's scripted a little bit because, of the weight difference, and, Joshua is a former, champion. And also, he's current, he's active, and this is going to be the first time that we see Paul, fighting an active fighter. We seen the Mike Tyson, that was all fun, that was cute, It's fun and games and stuff, but now you're dealing with a real professional, and so we'll see how it ends up like I said, I think it's scripted, but, we're going to see. At the end of the day, I just want everybody to have fun. I want them to enjoy themselves because we risk our lives for others' entertainment and just go home safely to be able to have memories and say we did a great job.
Thank you. Let's get a bomb squad to end.
Anthony Joshua has directly addressed the talk about the fight being fixed. He strongly denied all claims of a scripted outcome and made it clear that there are no restrictions on how he fights Jake Paul. Joshua said he is fully committed and will give his best performance. By saying this, Joshua made it clear that Jake Paul will be facing a real fight, not a staged event. This separates Joshua from Paul's past opponents who were accused of not fighting seriously.
Believing in him because, they don't believe it because they're saying, how is he beating these guys? I think they can't get their head around. How did he beat Anderson Silva? How did he beat Nate Diaz? How did he beat Mike Tyson?
Yeah,
I'm telling you, there's no stipulation in the contract where I have to take it easy on him.
Yeah. Are you excited for this one, Anthony?
Yeah, really. I've trained really hard, so I'm looking forward to putting my skill.
David Hay shared his opinion and warned that Jake Paul may be underestimating the challenge ahead. Hay believes Paul might be used to fights where opponents do not go all out, but this time is different. Joshua has reportedly refused any kind of scripted setup and wants a real contest. Hay explained that this puts Jake in danger because he is now facing a true elite boxer who will not hold back for money or promotion.
Going to go into this fight with Jake Paul with the same mindset after seeing him fight beat on points a 58-year-old Mike Tyson? My opinion is no. I think he feels zero fear in this fight. He's in a unique situation where he's going into a boxing ring with someone he doesn't believe deserves to be there. So is he going to be paying the price in training? Is he going to be getting those early nights? Is he going to be pushing himself in sparring to get the very best out of himself, like he did for the Ngannou fight? Unknown. I don't know. I don't think he will. I don't think he'll want to risk having any hard sparring just in case he gets injured. Because if he gets injured, he misses this $75 million payday against someone he doesn't believe will be good enough to be a legitimate sparring partner for him. You know what I mean? So it's a very unusual situation, very, very unusual. And, you know, obviously all the advantages are in Anthony Joshua's favor, except this one, except the mindset factor. Jake Paul has nothing to lose. He's got everything to gain. Him reaching round 3, round 4 is a win, in my opinion, and in many people's opinion. If Anthony Joshua doesn't detonate his right hand or a jab off of Jake Paul in the first 30 seconds, minute, and put him in problems, you know, some people would feel that he's underachieved or he let boxing down. You know, people don't consider Jake Paul a real boxer because he's got such a big profile on social media and he's got that background that he's come from. But he's dedicated himself.
Jake Paul's confidence has caused many experts to question his judgment. While Paul has beaten some well-known names, analysts say fighting Anthony Joshua is a completely different level. Joshua has years of experience, world-class skills, and a major physical advantage. Experts warn that confidence alone is not enough. Facing a former heavyweight champion will test Jake's boxing ability like never before.
Jake Paul natural? No. I can say that with pretty certain confidence in that statement, mainly because, as you heard me mention, I know a lot of the people he trains with and I have heard things. Now let's give Jake the benefit of the doubt, right? He's able to restrain from the peer pressure that everyone's putting on him to hop on these certain compounds. Then that would be cool to train natural, do what he needs to do. But the thing is, his body composition has changed so much, his explosiveness, his power, and yes, that comes with training and time. But I find it very, very suspicious that for some reason, whenever a drug test gets brought up, for instance, when Fury wanted that in the contract, Jake Paul turns them down. So you should think to yourself, it's probably because he's not natural. Now I want to make it clear, I don't care whether Jake Paul is natural or not. There's so many people that aren't natural that are in combat sports. In fact, Tyron Woodley probably is also not natural. Everyone wants that little edge over their competition, and that's where drugs and anabolics come into play. There's certain compounds that are out there that just increase your explosiveness immensely, your recovery, so that you can stay in the same weight class, which is very important for combat sports, whether that's boxing, UFC, whatever type of combat sport you're doing. So that is why you guys have seen so much improvement from Jake Paul. Of course, he has a great circle around him, great trainers, great coaches, a great regimen, but definitely anabolics play a very fundamental role in that. They allow him to train as hard as he does. They allow him to increase his power and speed. And of course, when you think of those concepts, that's essentially the recipe to win.
Boxing analyst Wade explains that Anthony Joshua has massive advantages over Jake Paul. He points out Joshua's size, strength, experience, and boxing intelligence. Wade says Paul has never faced someone with Joshua's reach, power, and skill. This fight is not just about strength, but about knowing how to handle pressure inside the ring. According to Wade, Jake Paul will experience a level of speed, accuracy, and danger that he has never dealt with before, showing the clear gap between the two fighters.